Commons Speaker Sir Lindsay Hoyle and his Deputy Nigel Evans kick off LGBT History Month with a chat about how things are changing for gay people in UK politics.
What was it like coming out? Persuaded?
So in the 1960s, that was the most impressionable time, and it was a different era completely. I remember my mother talking about somebody down the road who'd had a child out of wedlock, and there was huge shame. I mean, look at it now. I mean, it's totally different time completely. And so I guess growing up in Swansea, I mean, during that period, you were sort of, well, you didn't know, number one, because, you know, your body was changing and your mind was changing all the time. And then, of course, you're in denial then, because given everything you know and the way that people talk, you know that being gay in the 1960s was not a good thing to be. And even during that time, of course, I was growing up during a period when it was illegal. It was against the law. It was in 1967 the law changed.
Did your family know?
My father definitely didn't know, but my father died relatively young, age 59. My mother, I always think a mother knows. So I asked my sister after my mum died, and Louise was saying, no, she definitely didn't know, because Louise and my mum they talked on a daily basis, regularly during the day, and I think had my mother known, she might have said something to Louise. So Louise is absolutely convinced that mum didn't know, and I don't know, do you know, one of my big regrets is that I didn't tell her. I mean, Mum used to talk about gay people that she knew, and she loved them. And I just wondered whether, she'd say, oh, down the road there's such and such a person who's gay, and oh, he's so funny, and he's fantastic. And you think, maybe that was her way of saying to me, listen, if you are gay.
Why didn't you come out to say, look, I am gay, I want to be there, I want people to know?
I think you've got to remember that I mean, growing up in Swansea again, I didn't know whether it was more frightening for me to come out as a Tory or to come out as gay. So I came out as a Tory. I got a battering for that. I got a battering for that, yeah. And once I made my mind up that politics was where I wanted to go, I thought there's not a chance you could come out because it would be an inhibitor. You know, when you used to go out for selections, within the Conservative Party, you know what it was like with the Labour Party, but one of the questions they always used to ask is there something in your private life that you'd like to tell us about? For those who are gay, they knew that that was the gay trap, you know, so that if you came out and said, well, actually, I'm gay, then there was a feeling that it would inhibit your progress any further. Most associations are risk averse. Why would they want to perhaps risk losing a seat, you know, if it was a marginal seat particularly, or stuff like that. So
Losing a safe seat.
Losing a safe seat, which I managed to do without them knowing I was gay. And it's very difficult, looking back in 92, for me to even name anybody who I knew was gay in the House of Commons. Is it Chris Smith was, I think, the first to come out?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shadow cabinet,
yeah.
Brave decision.
Oh yeah, absolutely brave for that period. If you think the legislation decriminalising homosexuality was in 1967, and it's been a hard struggle. Not a lot of changes then post 1967 until relatively recent times.
What was it like coming out? What persuaded you?
Yeah, all right. Well, my mum died in 2009.
Yes.
I've become Deputy Speaker along with you in 2010, and I just thought, if I keep it secret much longer, I'm going to die with the secret. So, and it meant that I wasn't
It wasn't the best kept secret.
Oh well, a few people told me that. They said it's the worst kept secret ever. But there's also a thing that you're not living your life properly, openly, so the fulfillment isn't there. And I just thought, now is the time for me to do it. And I'm really pleased I did. And it's been a step-by-step approach. So we're going from 1992, when I couldn't name a single gay MP, to today, when we just had an election a year ago, when we've had a large increase in the number of the 2019 intake who are openly LGBT. And it's, so we know, I'm proud to say, by the way, we've got the largest number of gay MPs anywhere in the world. And when I went to New York a year ago for World Pride, I got some T-shirts done with the American flag, the British flag together, and on the back it said, more openly gay MPs than anywhere else in the world. So, and I've even been invited later this year to a wedding of one of the new MPs to his partner. I received a Christmas card of one gay MP and his partner. This wouldn't have happened 28 years ago when I first got elected. It's seismic.
And I keep saying to you, isn't it time that you invited me to your wedding?
Well, do you know, I'm a Christian and I'm gay, right? And it's interesting you should say that, because where would I love to be married if somebody was dull enough to marry me? Of course, the Undercroft here in the House of Commons. And at the moment, if I'm looking for any challenges, I've said we've made huge strides, and we have. But one area where we haven't made a stride, sadly, is me as a Christian being able to get married in a Church of England church. And I have actually raised this with the Archbishop of Canterbury. One of the nice things about having the role that I have is now and again you bump into these people. And he was great. I mean, he knew exactly where I was coming from.
Yes.
No, he didn't. And I said, I feel this is really rotten. I said, because I'm a first-class gay, but a second-class Christian. And he looked really pained. And I said, well, yeah, of course. And that's how I feel. And I'd love to get married, Lindsay. I'd love to find somebody to settle down with. And I'd love to get married in the Undercroft.